Hi everyone, Kristen and I wanted to make some help videos with how to embed Edpuzzle and 365 into your Canvas class so kids can access it without going to multiple platforms. This is a video about how to use Edpuzzle as an extension of Canvas. So I'm going to take you through the steps of how to take an Edpuzzle account that you are going to create or you have already created and put it right into an assignment on your Canvas class. So before you go into Canvas and try to set up an assignment, you want to go to edpuzzle.com and you want to either create an assignment or create an account, or you want to double check and make sure that your account is an scSd.us account. I know some people try to use Google, but you want to go ahead and click sign up, and you're going to say that you're a teacher and you want to sign up with Edpuzzle. You don't want to click the Google one. And then you're going to type in your information, and you want to make sure to use your school email because then it'll link you to the Lincoln page on Edpuzzle, and you can see what other teachers have also been using on Edpuzzle also. So I'm going to go back because I already have an account. And this is what you'll see when you're on Edpuzzle. And if kids were going here like with their own code, they would come to this website and they would see the different grade book, their classes would be listed on the side. But what we're going to do is we're going to think about what is a video that you might want to use for your own class. So I'm going to type in for Avid. I might try to look up some organization videos. Oh, and there's a couple options right here, like organizational strategies, text organizational structures, different types of videos, how will you stay organized. Now, these are videos that were already made on Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is also linked to YouTube and Khan Academy and some other popular channels that the videos are available, but there's no questions with them. So I know that this right here has 9 questions or notes included in the video. That means that the video will stop and the kids will have to answer a question before they keep watching the video. This video right here, because there's no little upside down droplets, it's just the video. There's no questions that go with it. You also can choose a video and you can edit and make your own questions or check for understandings as you go with any type of content on your own. So if you record a video and post it on YouTube, you can use this to edit your own videos. So let's say I wanted to do this one, forms of business organization. So here's the video. And again, there's no questions here. This will show me that it's 2 minutes long. This will show me about the volume. This will show me to start over. Here's the play button. So let's say I'm going to turn the sound off just to make sure it's not loud. But let's say that we are watching the video and the kids go on and I stop here. I then can go over here to the edit button and I can create my own voiceover. I can cut the video to make it shorter. And I can also put my questions in here. So like, let's say, for example, I wanted to add a question about a corporation. You can make a multiple choice question, open-ended question, or a note. So a note could even be like what some teachers are doing with their videos on quizzes, like Mr. McKay, and be like, okay, stop and think about what do we know about corporations and how they would be organized. Instead of it having to be a question, it could just be a check for understanding that the kids could hear your voice. So let me type in an open-ended question. So I would say, what are 2 requirements of organization in a corporation? And then I would save. And then when the kids get to this point, they would have to answer this question before continuing on. So I'm going to hit finish because I'm done editing my video for now. And then I know that this video has now been edited by me, so my name is there. So again, forms of business organization, just for the point of it. And this is where the questions are, and the kids will see the to-do on the side. Now what I want to do is that I want to assign it, and I want to put it in my contacts. So you want to create a class and put it as like your ELA class, grade 7, grade 6. Just putting it in one class will mean that you can link it to other ones. Like for example, I'm using my Mrs. Burton grade 6 ELA and I'm uploading it to my Avid section on Canvas, and they still talk to each other that way. So I'm just gonna click here. I'm gonna hit assign. You don't need to worry about putting on a due date. And then now it is in your class. So I'm gonna go back to home. And the other place that you also can see it is that it's in your content. So when we go to add this on Canvas, we can look in our content since you've saved it in this place. And then also you can see what other teachers are posting in Lincoln. So I can see like Mr. Sessa did something, me. If you keep going, you can see that Ms. Torres found a video and you can see what other teachers are doing. So now that I've saved that video in Edpuzzle, I'm gonna go back over to my Canvas class. So one thing that is important also is that whatever browser you're using Edpuzzle in as the teacher and the same browser that you're using Canvas in as the teacher, they're always gonna talk to each other at this point as the teacher version. So just like how Kristen and I have suggested about checking in the student view on Canvas to see how things pop up, you're going to want to have another browser available, whether it's Firefox or Safari or Internet Explorer, to check and see how it shows up for kids. Because when you go over to student view, it's going to, for some reason, leave you logged in as the teacher. So now I'm going to go over to my Canvas page. And again, highly recommended for you to use like a sandbox class. Martin has been doing that. And then you can import things from other classes just to practice. But I have a module here that's practice for Edpuzzle in 365. So I'm gonna make a new assignment. And you wanna always have it as an assignment. This won't work in any other platform because it has to have the opportunity for an external tool. So new assignment, and I'm just gonna label it as Edpuzzle organization, and I'm gonna put today's date just to make sure that I know what I'm doing. And I'm gonna hit add item. When I go into my assignment, it's gonna pop up the same thing that you've done before with any other assignment. I'm gonna hit edit. And you don't have to worry about typing anything here, except maybe some directions about please watch the video attached and answer the questions. And you don't have to do anything else here. Then I go down, and this is where you're gonna find the ability to link it to Edpuzzle. So you're gonna click on the submission type, and instead of clicking online or on paper, we're gonna click external tool, and then it's gonna give you a whole list. So I'm gonna click find, and then these are all the external tools that are offered through Canvas that we can link things through, and this is where we have Edpuzzle. So we're gonna click on Edpuzzle, and then right here, my content is connected to Canvas from the browser that I've already previously used. So now any video that I have in here with my content, I can click on. So I'm gonna click on the I button for the video I wanna use. There it is in case I just wanna double check it. Then I'm gonna click assign. And this is again, the class that I'm using through Canvas. So whatever classes you're assigning it to will pop up, how they're labeled through School Tool or whatever the name is on Canvas. I'm gonna hit assign. Also here, this is where for maybe our English language learners or kids that also need visuals, you can turn on the closed captioning for them so they can watch the video and read at the same time. But I'm gonna hit assign. Now, this is the weird thing that you have to make sure to do. You just wanna click this again just to double check that it's in there. I'm gonna X out of it because it's saved. I'm gonna hit select. And now this is the link to the video for the kids to do. And again, I'm gonna change my due date just because the due date doesn't show up in Edpuzzle, and I'm gonna hit save and publish. Now what's gonna be tricky is that it shows up here for you, and then it shows up the student names and how they answered the questions. So as you check this, this is where you'll be able to see students' first and last names, if they watched it, their grade, and if it was turned in. So this is where you're gonna have to go to a different browser and open up and test to see if this works and how it's viewed as a student. So now what I've done is that I have this is my window that's the teacher page that's still connected to Edpuzzle. And then I have gone into Safari on my laptop, and I've logged in as myself again just to check to see the student view. So now again, this is logged into student view, and I'm going to click on my assignment that I just created for Edpuzzle. So again, it was Edpuzzle Organization 511. I'm going to click on it. And then this is what the students are going to see. So right here in the assignment, it'll have them able to watch the video. I'm just going to turn the volume down again. And it goes through the whole video. And then again, where there's a little teardrop will be the question. So I'm going to click on that just to skip ahead to show you. And, oh, maybe they locked it. Also, they have to watch the whole thing. So when they get to the question part, it'll show them where the question is for them to answer on the side. And then again, they're going to answer right in this text window on this right-hand side to the question that we created. What I would do is, just for organizational purposes, I know that if you share something to Commons with these external tools, there are some hiccups with going back and forth. I highly recommend that you save these Edpuzzle videos on your content and then just upload the video individually into all of your classes. So maybe you could save like the bones of what the assignment is, like if you give some directions, they're a little bit longer than this, share that to Commons, share it back to yourself. But I highly recommend uploading these videos one by one in each of your classes, just to make sure that it's user-friendly for the kids. But again, this is how we use Edpuzzle. It has been super awesome. I've used it separately from Canvas in my classes, and it has been very helpful for kids doing just building some background or a refresher about some activities when we were in school, if they have to bring up any skills now that we're home. But again, reach out to Kristen and I. We are available on office hours 2:30 to 3. We can stay a little bit later if you have any questions.